Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for listening in again for the latest COVID-19 update in the city of Newburyport. To date, there are 49 positive COVID-19 cases in Newburyport, and unfortunately, we've lost 2 residents due to this virus. While we're still very much in the fight against the virus, it appears we are moving in the right direction and starting to see a downward trend statewide in the numbers of positive cases. We are very fortunate at this juncture to have the limited number of positive cases compared to many other communities. I know your compliance with staying at home except for essentials, exercising near your homes, social distancing, and wearing protective face coverings has really helped to keep the spread of this insidious virus down. We are not on the other side of this yet and must continue to follow CDC and state guidelines. The stay-at-home advisory and closure of non-essential businesses remains in effect until May 18th. I know that this has been difficult and will continue to challenge all of us, especially as the weather gets nicer, but we need to stay the course for several more weeks. The state is cautiously optimistic that we may be at a point of lifting some restrictions and reopening our local economy, but we must be smart about the way we do it. We've come this far and can't undo all that we have accomplished. The Newburyport Board of Health emergency orders remain in effect. Gatherings of any size are banned, and both customers and employees are required to wear masks within essential businesses open to the public. Please continue to stay physically away from people. Effective yesterday, May 6th, the governor's executive order requires face masks or cloth face coverings to be worn in public places where social distancing is not possible. This applies to both indoor and outdoor spaces. Even if you are outside and do not believe you will come in close contact with anyone, be prepared. I recommend wearing your face covering around your neck and then raising it to cover your nose and mouth if you happen to come within 6 feet of someone else. A face covering may include anything that covers your nose and mouth, including a mask, a scarf, or a bandana. This is an enforceable act, but as I've mentioned, we really do not want to penalize or fine people. Our medical experts continue to tell us to wear coverings because doing so will lessen the chance the wearer will infect someone. I ask that we all do the right thing and care for each other's health. Even with a face covering on, we should remember to social distance. Through the generosity of many volunteers around the city, I am pleased to let you know that the city has free cloth masks available for our residents. They can be obtained at the Newburyport Senior Community Center at 331 High Street from 9 to 1, Monday through Friday. Call 462-0430 to make arrangements if you need another time to pick up a mask. As a reminder, playgrounds and athletic fields remain closed. We managed to keep the rail trail, the boardwalk, and other parks and open spaces open, and really would like to keep it that way. All public parking on Plum Island is closed. However, the beaches and Parker River remain accessible to pedestrians for transitory use only, walking, jogging, and biking. We must strictly adhere to social distancing and wear a face covering. As our public spaces have become more crowded, the Board of Health is updating their order to require all dogs on leash at all times in public areas effective tomorrow, Friday, May 7th. The off-leash areas of parks will be suspended until further notice. It is important for safety and public health reasons that pets and their owners do not interact with people or animals outside of your household. Moreover, we want to discourage out-of-town visitors from coming here due to the off-leash park areas that have continued to be open. We hope this can be temporary and will reopen off-leashed published hours and locations again when the time is right. In the meantime, residents will still be able to enjoy going for a walk with their dog. Thank you for your anticipated cooperation of this. In March, when we announced the closing of schools, it was hard to imagine what this would all look like. In these unprecedented times, the Newburyport faculty and support staff have been asked to reimagine their instruction and think of innovative and engaging ways to reach their students. This week is Teacher Appreciation Week, and I wish to express my extreme gratitude for our teachers' commitment to our children in Newburyport. The superintendent and his team at the school department are working very hard on plans for end-of-the-year school traditions, such as high school graduation and senior week activities, 8th grade class day, and grade level transitions. Their goal is to celebrate and highlight student accomplishments and important transitions while maintaining safety. There will be more information coming on these events. We understand that many families are waiting to make summer plans for their children with programs and camps. Although the picture for the summer is not very clear yet, we are busy planning for various contingencies. We hope to have more definite direction from the state in the next couple weeks to determine how to move forward in the safest and wisest manner for our community. The health and well-being of our kids and staff is of the utmost importance. Our yard waste facility is up and running as of this week. We opened with a line of traffic as we could only allow a certain number of cars in at once. People were patient, practiced social distancing, and wore masks. Thank you for this great community effort. We also will be issuing new permits until not some time in the future when the online payment system is finalized. Your current permit or proof of residency can be used for access. The recycling center will not be opening until after the state has lifted the stay-at-home order. Otherwise, we hear people are busy at home organizing, cleaning out, and wanting to update their green practices, which are very welcome. My office has convened an economic recovery and revitalization task force to create a plan for reopening our economy. The task force includes representatives from my office, the Department of Planning and Development, the City Council, and the Chamber of Commerce. The task force's first action was releasing an online survey to better understand their individual situations. We're pleased that over 300 local businesses have responded so far, and we are in the process of compiling this information. The process to reopen our local economy will prioritize safety and public health first, and we will need to be phased in following the same steps we believe the state will be planning with respect to reopening. Sector teams are being finalized to coordinate phased plans for reopening. We are also working on phased plans for reopening municipal buildings. I have also been in contact with neighboring beach communities in southern Maine and New Hampshire representatives as we coordinate reopening efforts. I'm confident we'll be there soon. As I have repeatedly stated, remember, if you or a family member is sick or not feeling well and may be exhibiting the main symptoms of COVID-19, please call your health provider for direction. Do not go to Anna Jake's urgent care or your PCP without calling first. And to honor our nurses, this week's National Nurses Week, the best thing we can do is to be socially responsible. It is very important for anyone who is ill and needs medical care for other concerns than coronavirus to know that our medical professionals and hospitals are well prepared to provide the care you need in a safe and sanitary environment. It seems as if all we hear and talk about every day is this pandemic, and it's hard to keep positive while staying at home. But this crisis has also brought plenty of heartwarming acts of kindness and generosity as we all adapt to this new way of life. I'd like to share a few of these moments with you. Our local and regional fire and police departments have done ride-bys honoring our Anna Jakes Hospital health workers. This week there were 2 rides to celebrate birthdays of 2 of our World War II veterans, one 96 and the other 102 years old. There have also been many of these ride-bys organized by community members honoring birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, and such. Thank you all for you bringing cheer and celebrating safely during these difficult times. As a message of hope in these challenging times, the Institute for Savings Bank donated 200 15-foot trees to 13 communities to serve as a sign of stability and life. The bank celebrates its 200th anniversary this year and is one of the oldest financial institutions in our country. Our middle schoolers may not have been able to go to Washington, D.C. this year as originally planned, but they still got to learn about civics via Zoom meeting with Representative Seth Moulton. They got to ask him about his experience in the office and how the federal and state governments are responding to COVID-19. Thank you also to all our restaurant and catering providers that have been so generous in donating breakfasts and lunch to our healthcare providers and first responders. And a personal shout out to Port City Sandwich and Sea Level providing lunch for our public works staff. Thank you. It means so much. For any of our residents and families needing assistance, we are here to help. We have the Newburyport Connected webpage on the city website, a resource for all, and have dedicated staff available to guide you. Please complete the online form and you will be contacted. You can also use the same form to request gift cards for food. We have received many donations and would like to distribute these to anyone who needs assistance. Please keep checking in with family, friends, and your neighbors, and remember to look at all of our resources and updates on the city website, cityofnewburyport.com. Lastly, I want to thank all of you, our residents, families, children, for following the guidelines and respecting the restrictions. Remember, it is 100% proven fact that washing our hands, washing down surfaces, physical distancing, and wearing a mask is making a difference. And to all mothers, this will probably be a very different celebration this year, but I wish all of you a very happy Mother's Day. And don't forget to call your mother. Thank you for everything each of you is doing to keep our community safe. Be well, stay healthy and safe. Thank you.